Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Laura Eisenhower, and I'm honored to invite you to a powerful and timely conversation with the incredible George H. Lewis, artist, astrologer, musician, and visionary. Hey, George, thanks for being with me and creating this event. I'm so excited.
It's really exciting. This is our first real event doing it together, and I think it's at a very, very timely time. I love the fact that we're doing this event as the Sun and Jupiter together in Cancer. We're really building something new, which is very connected to the United States Constitution and the United States birth chart.
Totally. And so, everybody, together we're holding space for something much deeper than just information. This event is titled Navigating Planetary Rebirth, and it's about anchoring the higher timeline through remembrance, through sovereignty, and authentic embodiment. So, tell us a little bit about what you'll be sharing about.
Well, I think for me, it's really about so much of this, the connection is getting back to nature and how can we, at a time of huge pressure on us, I mean, what's happening in Texas is a repeat of California, a repeat of Maui. We're being inundated, we're being assaulted. And so how can human beings see what it is? That's number one, but still stay in the creativity. So the astrology is definitely a language, but for me, it's about working with the archetypal language in order to sort of like reconnect to nature, reconnect to your music, your artistry, your loved ones, and many different tools we can go through, meditations, different ways that we can, ground ourselves and as a result start to flourish again. And the more human beings see the old system, the old dying, decaying Saturnian system for what it is, you don't really necessarily need to fight it. You observe it, and then you start to create in your own amazing way on your own. And human beings are absolutely brilliant at creativity. And that's something I think you and I are trying to remind ourselves of. And by reminding ourselves of it, we can also share that with other people.
Oh, totally. That's beautiful. And I'm going to be getting into just the inversions and how that shows up in the astrology, how our DNA is connected to the zodiac and also the planetary grid network, and how the reversal grid technology, geoengineering, and 5G and all these things keep us in, these inversions or shadow expressions of the zodiac, our own personal charts, but also the alignments that are currently going on, and how these alignments that are very much about upgrading and moving through initiatory energies and phases, how it's thrown into a psyops, a false flag, a geoengineered weather event, and is really siphoning and harvesting our energy. So when we're unconscious or we're getting entangled into that, we lose our neutrality and what you just said about our creativity. So you're really holding that strong foundation and core remembrance of how important that is in order to de-weaponize the weapons.
I
So
mean, another thing you say to think about, I mean, some of this stuff is so obvious when we point it out, is I'm sitting to you now barefoot, and I've been walking barefoot literally on the land all day. And I mean, I'm in Cape Cod as I speak. Now, obviously, there's some days when I'm not able to do that. We have to get on with the life, and we're all in the matrix to a degree. But the point is that conscious observation of where are we? How can we get barefoot? Why do the shoes have rubber on them? The rubber disconnects us, literally disconnects our piezoelectric charge from Mother Gaia. And so when we get barefoot on the ground, we reconnect, the piezoelectric charge goes down into the body, the Gaia energy comes back, and the circuit is then complete again. You start to build up the battery. We're a battery. And of course, it's nice to talk about this at the time when Jupiter and the Sun are conjoined in Cancer. Cancer is the land, the mother, the eternal mother, the Sophia, which you so beautifully speak about. The Christed Sophia. It's that sense of how can we reconnect the masculine with the feminine? How can we actually live in beautiful polarity as a sacred masculine with the sacred feminine and not be separate, not be inverted, not to be cut off from it? So you're using this language of astrology constantly perpetuates us towards conscious realization. And finally, I'd say, the famous quote by Carl Jung, until we make the unconscious conscious, we will still call it fate. So the more we're consciously aware of those plastic shoes, consciously aware of the microplastic, the zip line, the Ziploc bags full of microplastics. And yes, it's more work. We have to find paper. We have to find different types of substrates to keep our food in or whatever we're working with. But that's how we get creative. We're busting out of the matrix.
absolutely. And I mean, the false matrix, the inverted system is designed to keep out certain tones and frequencies. to at a very young age target our capacity to fully be authentic, to fully own our power and our ability to co-create a beautiful future. We're constantly bombarded, and what's so interesting is it shows in the zodiac where these patternings are showing up and also where the breakthroughs are. And sometimes those breakthroughs we mistake for misfortune or anxiety or depression. And yes, those are real, but it's an opportunity to really understand what it's trying to say. And in this gathering, I'll be sharing insights on the planetary grid work, and also really focusing on the nodal axis and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
eclipses activate that. And we're in the Pisces North Node and South Node Virgo, very much about the body, mind, spirit communication, the epigenetics of our physical body and how that relates to how we talk to the body. And we don't want to give it all away in this little promo, but we are going to take Q&A questions.
I mean, I think that's the other thing. A couple of things, and that is, community is such a fundamental part of what we're doing here. So by bringing people together, we cross-pollinate, and hopefully many of you who come and join us will start to make new relationships with the people in our community. And that's really important for all of us at this time of, certainly since 2020 of being disconnected. And then the other thing to back up, to go beyond what you're saying, to build upon what you were saying with the nodal axis, the north and the south node, with the south node in Pisces right now, and remember the nodes move
South
back.
Node Virgo.
Sorry, yeah, North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. Thank you. You can see with the water floods that going on, and we had the fires of Lahaina when the North Node was in Aries, and you can start to see the macrocosm mirror the microcosm. So at the moment, a lot of the focus is on water because it's Pisces, and then of course that's cosmos as well. So all the archetypes of Pisces, we will explore what that means for North Node and how it relates to the South Node, to do with structures of medical healing and certain types of protocols, if you like, to create for the healing. So I think what I want to say is what we see happen in the collective in public will mirror what we do in private, and that's where the nodal conversation becomes quite exciting.
Oh, for sure. And we're healing from the inside out. We're shifting the trajectory of the human race by doing this inner work. And we are the holders of ascension. We don't have to be rewarded. It is not coming from outside of us. And that's why this is such an incredible tool to work with. And we appreciate you guys, spending the money to come to this gathering. It's going to be 2.5 hours. And we get these funds in order to invest in our mission and healing centers and, all sorts of really important, things that support this process and this new earth, and healing tools and modalities that are not out there enough. So we really appreciate the support. And whether you're new to walking this journey or walking this path for lifetimes, this is a container for clarity, healing, and deep activation. And we invite you to join us in this presence and purpose. And it's all within you. These are just reminders, a chance to, truly connect. Like you're saying, this is about building community. And George and I do a lot of videos, and we do a lot of, we put out a lot of information for no charge. And we'll continue to do that together and apart. But it means a lot to us for you to take the time to connect and navigate the madness of these times and the beauty and the reclamation and remembrance of all that we came here to be.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And the more we can stay in our creative bodies, in our creative center, the more we can navigate and flourish, even if it's painful at times, as we see what's happening in the external world. And no one needs to be pointed out. It's so obvious what's happening in the external world. But through that collapse, our creativity starts to come to the fore and is increased exponentially. And it's wonderful for us, for Laura and I, to be able to create together with you to build our community.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. The link is in the description, and it's on July 11th at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And just adjust that to whatever your time zone is. You'll get replay. So if you can't show up live, you will get a replay sent to you. And we're going to try and do this every month.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing regular reports that will be on Rumble and in other places that you can find us. And I'm really just thrilled to be working with George. He's such a profound artist, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of his artwork. I just want everybody to see. I know I lost a lot of channels, but we're going to be on David Rodriguez's show here pretty soon. It's mostly going to be about the interview with George, but you definitely want to check out his artwork. And if you aren't familiar with him, check him out on georgehlewis.com. And I'm cosmicguide.org, everybody.
Well, looking forward to seeing you all at our event. God bless.
God bless. Bye.